You're watching a segment of The Splash, Greater West Bloomfield's news magazine show.
We are joined by Kelly Woodley, property manager at the Orchard Mall. And Kelly, thank you for being with us. So the Orchard Mall, when I think of the Orchard Mall, I kind of think of like a downtown area only in a mall. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. That's our goal. We would love to be known as the downtown of West Bloomfield.
So it's a pretty interesting place. It does have a different feel. So tell me why that is.
It does. It's different from many of the traditional malls that you see. It's one of the last in the nation of its kind, of its size, with an interior mall.
So how many stores are in the mall?
Currently, we have about 25 stores, with the new ones that are coming in 2019. We'll have around 25 total.
Okay, so tell us about the new stores coming.
Well, we're very excited. We have 3 new stores coming in 2019. First will be Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is slated to open by January 1 to make sure to account for all those New Year's resolutions.
Oh, yes, sign me up.
Absolutely. So Planet Fitness is taking over the former Hiller's Kroger location at Orchard Mall. And again, they'll be open by January. 2 really wonderful operators, Brian and Laura Reef. They own about somewhere between 35 and 40 other Planet Fitness locations in Michigan and Ohio. So they definitely know what they're doing, and they'll be an excellent addition to Orchard Mall.
Okay, so Planet Fitness set to open by January 1st.
January 1st.
Okay.
Then we have True Martial Arts, which is coming. They're an existing business. They're currently in Farmington Hills on Northwestern and 14 Mile. And they do traditional martial arts classes for adults, for children, and then they also have after-school programs, summer camps, and different ways to enrich the youth in our community through martial arts and other different karate-style activities.
So when will they be there?
Oh, they will be there in January also. January is the goal, all going well with construction.
So a lot going on in January.
A lot in January. In February, we'll have Premier Pet Supply opening. And Premier is another really wonderful operator, family-owned business. They have 4 existing locations, Beverly Hills, Rochester Hills, Novi, and Livonia. So West Bloomfield will be their 5th location. The owners, Mike Palmer and Jeff Nagara, really wonderful operators who also like to give back to the community through different events and partnerships that way. So we're really looking forward to having them at Orchard Mall as well.
So you mentioned community, and I think that's one thing that's interesting about Orchard Mall is that it's community-driven, it seems.
It is. Community is huge to us. So gone are the days where you open a store and you sit back and wait for everyone to come in and make those sales. For us, it's about building relationships and supporting those local community organizations, nonprofits, those that make up our community. Those are the people that we want to think of us and to come back and shop in our stores. And the retailers in our mall do a wonderful job of making those connections and building those retailers. So when you come in, you're not going to like a big regional mall where you have to circle around and look for parking, and then you walk in and wonder where the store is and
check the directory, right?
Right. Can somebody help me? I mean, our parking is pretty easy. You walk in and you know, I'm going to go to this store, and the store owner there knows me by name, and they know what I'm looking for, and our retailers do a wonderful job of creating that experience.
So you do have some retailers who have been there for quite a while.
We do.
Who will be doing some renovations.
Yes. In addition,
that's pretty exciting.
Yes, we have lots of excitement. In addition to the new businesses coming in, a lot of our existing retailers are renovating and refreshening up their stores. And we just this year had Guys and Gals Boutique. They renovated, put a fresh coat of paint, new flooring, and they've been in Orchard Mall since 1989, so 29 years.
Wow.
Right. So it was time to freshen up their store, and they're really great about keeping their store up to date, keeping their fashions on trend, and that's just one of them. Eleganza Boutique relocated her store to the center court of the mall, and now she has a brand new, beautiful store. Toyology intends to do some renovations after the new year. They're a bit busy with the holiday season and getting those last-minute gifts in. Mathnasium, which is one of the best math tutoring centers in Michigan, they'll be relocating their store to the exterior of the mall. So that will also take place in January. Big January for us.
Big year.
So their store will now be on the exterior, and Slade's will be moving across the hall and expanding their store into the existing Mathnasium space.
So what's interesting is that these stores are relocating, but they're relocating somewhere else in the mall. They're not leaving the mall.
They're not leaving the mall.
And that's pretty important.
It's very important, and we're very grateful for that, and to have them and to have built those relationships with the businesses. And they want to be there too. They love this community. They love the different events that are happening. And they just love to be a part of that. So it's nice.
One more store that is doing more than a freshen up.
More than a freshen up. So once Slade's moves across the hall to build her beautiful new showroom, Tapper's Diamonds and Fine Jewelry is going to have an expansion. They're expanding their showroom, and they're going to completely renovate and make a beautiful new jewelry store. Their store right now is beautiful, and they certainly are beautiful things, but by holiday of 2019, I think you'll see a brand new, beautiful store there.
Okay, so a lot going on. And then you mentioned events that happen, and we all know that a lot happens, fashion shows and food trucks, and 2019, what can we expect? What's the first event that is on the list?
Sure. The first event is in January. It's our Kids Comic-Con event that we do that we do now. Yeah, this past year was our first event with them, with this Comic-Con. It's with Metro Parent Magazine, and it's great. All your favorite superheroes are there, and the kids come in and get pictures and do dancing and, crafts and all kinds of fun stuff. So Comic-Con is in January. We're already planning the food truck rally again with West Bloomfield Youth Assistance. That was a really excellent event this past year. Brought out 5,000 people on a beautiful sunny day, and it was all to raise money for the West Bloomfield Youth Assistance. So that's sort of what we like to do. We like to plan these fun events, but that also give back to our community.
Okay, thank you so much. Something to mark our calendars for.
Yeah.
And to get those New Year resolutions on the calendar, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And we'll see you at the mall.
Great.
Okay,
all right.
And we've been joined by Kelly Woodley, property manager at the Orchard Mall.
Thanks for watching a segment of The Splash. To catch the entire show or other segments, watch us on Comcast Channel 15 or AT&T Channel 99. Or look us up online at thesplash.tv. And listen to us on WBLD 89.3, the all-new Lakes FM.